Okay, just wanted to do a video on comparing the steel body F350 6.7 liter Power Stroke to the 2017 Plus Duty. I've now owned both, along with a bunch of other Ford diesels and Ram diesels, and I think I can do a good comparison of the steel body versus aluminum body, or you know, the new gen 6.7 versus old gen, however you want to put it. But so I had a 2015 Lariat 6.7 Power Stroke. I bought it used with about 160,000 miles on it. So I think some of the issues that I had with that truck, or I know some of the issues I had with that truck, are due to the previous owner, and just kind of some hack work that he did on it that I didn't realize when I purchased it. But I got the dealership I bought it from to fix it, and I believe maybe he was tuned and he returned it to stock during trade-in, because, like, I want to say within a few days after buying it, a bunch of the exhaust sensors failed. So I'm guessing it was just sitting around and he tossed it on, or the dealership put it on. Yeah, so overall it was a really good truck. I really liked that truck. The only reason I really got rid of it was because I wanted a long bed. That was a 6 3/4. Now that I'm doing the RV transport, towing a lot, you know, it just makes sense to have the longer bed. That helps with the towing stability, as well as that one was leveled on 35s, which, just as far as like gas mileage was concerned and stuff like that, wasn't ideal. Whereas this 2019 that I bought is you know, just less factory size tires and suspension, just overall gonna allow me to have a better mile per gallon. And I've always wanted a platinum, so I stepped up to a platinum from the Lariat. And then the other really big reason for making the change was that my 2015 steel body was starting to rust, and I just wanted to get out of it before the rust kind of took over to the point where it was going to really affect the value. I got a good trade-in value on it. But basically, the previous owner had put fender flares on. I don't know if that was to cover up starting of rust, or if he just liked the way it looked with the bigger tires, or maybe helping with the rock chips. I'm not really sure. But the one rear fender, driver's side rear fender flare, was loose, and I was trying to figure out why it was loose, and I tried to tighten it down, and that's when I realized there was nothing really for the screws to grab onto anymore, because it had rotted away. So, and then also, like, where the doors seamed together, they were starting to rust. A little bit on the inside of the rocker was starting to rust, but very, very little on each side. That would have been probably a long time before it showed its face really bad. But it was just one of those things that was in the back of my mind. So when I got I think I ended up getting 22.5 trade-in for it. So when I got that trade-in value, I thought, you know what, I better take it, because at that time it had 204,000 miles on it. But overall, the only real issue I had was the float in the DEF tank got stuck, and it was reading that it was empty even though it was full. So the truck ended up fixing itself. The float just came back to normal, but I ended up deleting it. It fixed itself on my way to the drive to drop it off to get deleted, so I just figured, why not? I wanted to do it anyways. That truck was super fun. It had a race tune and a 4-inch mid pipe. It was very, like, raw feeling. Just kind of felt like a sports car in a truck. And then the only other real issues I had with it were, like, the mass airflow sensor wiring went bad, and then the IAT sensor went bad. Got, you know, both of those fixed, but nothing that left me stranded. Apologize, my dog, you can hear her in the background. We're on our way to an appointment. But I then purchased the 2019, well, I traded my truck in on it. That truck was all stock except for like a roll-up bed cover, or no, it's a trifold bed cover, and then like a two-wheel drive balance. Otherwise, I couldn't find any other modifications on the truck. Oh, there is, the previous owner did put an air compressor underneath the truck that's plumbed to by the license plate. We can plug in a line and fill up tires or whatever else. I don't know what he was using it for, but I use it to fill up my tires. I think it'll come in handy camping this summer, like filling up tubes and stuff if we're going to the pool like that. It's a good convenience, and it's set up on an upfitter switch, so that's kind of nice. Within 2 weeks of buying it, I think it was, I got it tuned and deleted. Same exact tune as that I had on my previous truck, but I went with a full 5-inch exhaust on this truck. I don't know if it's just because it has the same motor, transmission, 355 rear end, everything's the same there, but this truck doesn't feel as raw as the steel body. It's not as fun to drive. I think it's just as fast, it just doesn't feel as fast. It's more of like a smoother output. And I don't really know why. So I don't know if it's just technology and it being more refined, if it's the long bed that's causing it to feel a little less like sporty. But that's not why I bought the truck, and that's not why I tuned and deleted it. I did it for I didn't want to have to use DEF, and just long-term reliability. So this truck I bought with 113,000 miles. It's now at 125,000 about 6 weeks later. Overall, the only issue I had so far, knock on wood, with this truck is I'm trying to draw a blank on what sensor it is. The map sensor plugged up, and I was able to pull over and at an AutoZone get some map sensor cleaner and some tools and get it cleaned out and back on the road. So hopefully that'll be it for this truck. I won't have any other issues, but you know, to come up, I'll report on it. As far as the comparison, it's night and day. The 2019 is hands down a lot nicer. It's quieter inside, it drives a lot nicer. The features inside are nicer, with like this, having the Sync 3, so I can use Apple CarPlay. The infotainment center on the dash is much better and more informative. This being a Platinum, it has the heated steering wheel, which my Lariat didn't have, and the Lariat on the 2015 was like kind of like a hard wrapped steering wheel versus this one's leather wrapped, which I like a lot. I think that Ford having the Lariat with a plastic feeling steering wheel was a big turn down. To me, that's, if anything, that's just a base model truck should have that. But this also has the massaging seats, heated cooled. The Lariat was heated cooled but no massaging, so I do enjoy that feature. Other than that, just like the charging ports and everything just feel a little bit better laid out. I like the fact that it's an aluminum body. I don't have to worry about the body rusting. Obviously the frame and everything, I'm gonna undercoat it. I just have to get it cleaned up. I bought all the stuff to do it, so because obviously that will still rust, and I know aluminum will corrode, but I everything I've seen, and like a lot, and you know, being in the Midwest, there's a lot of people with aluminum F-150s and Super Duties, and I haven't seen anything really that jumped out. So I think it's going to be okay as far as the body goes, and then like I said, I'll just do the coating on the frame, and hopefully it'll last a long time. I try to wash the truck. You know, I do it at home, or I take it to a self-service wash. You know, anytime it's above freezing, I try to keep it washed as much as I can. Same with my previous truck. I think the rust was already taken over when I bought it, and I missed it, so that was on me. But the two things I'll say I think I like better about the steel body trucks, the Sony sound system. You would think the Bang & Olufsen, I don't know how you say it, would be better, because I've heard how great it is in the Audis, but I think the Sony in my 2015 was a better sound system, and I've heard other people mention that as well, so I'm guessing it, you know, since it's not just me, it's probably true. And then I think the previous style mirrors, I don't know why, I think they were better. I can't imagine this little cutoff corner on the 2017 Plus making that big of a difference, but I just feel like visibility behind the campers when I'm pulling them was better with the 2015 style mirrors than the 2017 Plus. So those are really the only two features, you know, other than like the other one feeling more raw, more fun. But as far as like using it as a truck, I think the Lumaduties are hands down just better trucks. I don't know that I could ever go back to a short bed now that I've had a long bed. It does bring up some issues like parking. You know, it doesn't fit well into a parking spot. So, you know, I'm always parking in the back a lot, but I always did that anyways, just because, especially where I'm at, I don't feel like parking spots are really made for trucks around here. You know, it definitely, driving is a little different when you have the longer wheelbase long bed truck, but overall, like, just towing with it is a much more enjoyable experience. But that's just my opinion. I think the Lumaduty is far superior to the steel body, and then not to mention, like, the steel body, the newest one you can get is a 2016, so now we're in January 2025, so you're talking a 9-year-old truck at the newest. And I just think that, you know, especially where I'm at in the Midwest, it's going to be harder and harder to find them where they're not going to rust out, so, or already have some rust taking over. But you know, I've seen good things from the aluminum trucks. I haven't really seen anything like in person that looks really, really bad or corroded, so that I have a good feeling about the long-term, like the body holding up well. So let me know in the comments, you know, what your opinion is. If you think the steel bodies are better, let me know why. And or if, you know, if you're on the same opinion as me that the aluminum bodies are superior, throw that in there. If you want to see more videos like this, I can compare to previous trucks I've owned, like the 6.0s, the 6.4s, 7.3s, and I can do, or even like Cummins, I can do comparison videos on those for people that are kind of thinking about buying a truck. Maybe that would help them. But throw that in the comments. Let me know what you think, if that's more videos you want to see. If you like the channel, follow me, subscribe, and I'll keep on putting out real content with real opinions. And also, I've been putting out videos like about maintenance and like long-term reliability. So if you want to follow that kind of journey with this 2019 F350 powerstroke, see what kind of issues might come up long-term, then follow the channel, because those videos will continue to be coming out.